What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Hatter's Lounge. What's going on? We're here at the Mad Dog Saloon, and we're playing Plague. This is the first episode in a new series called Random Killers, where I take killers that I don't really play on stream, and throw it up on the YouTube. I give an impression and kind of do a review, tips and tricks, and just kind of what the Huntress main really thinks. So here we go. This is also a little bit of a warning. I should have didn't really have time to fit it in. If you are easily queasy and you can't stand the sound of regurgitation, leave a like. Thanks for checking out the video. I appreciate it, because we're using Vommy Mommy. That's right, the only killer that uses bodily fluid to fuck with your day. So now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to explain how to play this killer a little bit, and also, not really so much tips and tricks, because I'm still, learning this killer, but kind of general impressions and, ways that I've seen people play and ways that I play her a little bit and things that I've noticed. So, how you play this killer. Basically, she throws up on you, and she causes a status effect that when you let it get to max value, it causes you to be broken. So if you notice my build, we got Thanatophobia, or Thanophobia, or however you want to pronounce it, whatever, get off me, YouTube critics. Anyway, so we got that, which basically every time that somebody's hurt, I get Gen slowdown progression. So that's my only slowdown perk that I'm even using on this build whatsoever, and it makes a lot of sense because at a full infected state, they can't heal. Bye, Stevie. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Alright, infectious fright value. I know where every single survivor is. This is the one thing that I kind of wanted to do with this build, which essentially is know where everybody is, be able to slow down the game as much as possible. I use Shadowborn because I just like Shadowborn. I enjoy having a wider field of view. I'm one of those guys, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, one day I'm actually going to replace that with Save the Best for Last to actually counter how slow her recovery process is after a hit, which we can demonstrate right here, actually. Normally, most killers, they would have been able to hit before he fully got that unhook, and that person would have been unhooked anyway. But the one thing that I absolutely love about this killer is the amount of map pressure that you're able to put on. Honestly, there are so many ways that people don't play her correctly, and I think a lot of it is that people don't know that you don't have to hold down M2 or whatever it is on console. You don't have to fully charge her power. You just hit it a little bit, and she has her full range to use whichever source that she has. Now, she has two options that she gives survivors. You can stay infected and just throw up the entire time and eventually just remain broken. You're one shot, but you never give the killer the option to actually do an actual damage with her power, which is her supercharged power. Alright, let's quit. Get sick again. Yeah, buddy. Alright, you're fresh off a hook, so I'm not going to damn you. So it's either that or they go in cleanse, which lets me get even more power. I become more strong, and my puke actually does the same as an M1 damage would, right? So this part of the video I wanted to leave in because this is the part where I pretty much, for lack of a better term, I fuck up. And this is where I wanted to demonstrate how a lot of people can actually misplay this killer and how the counterplay is with her. A lot of killers don't realize that she stands up when she's using her power. Your FOV, if you've noticed in the video already, you actually go higher. So what I was trying to do here, honestly, was just to get him to throw that pallet, because this is a very, very strong loop on this map. But a lot of people get frustrated with Vommy Mommy because her spray, and when you get that, the instinct is when you have that power and you're able to hit people and you're able to cause damage with that power, you want to use it. So you almost completely forget about the fact that you are an M1, 4.6 speed, movement speed, 32 meter terror radius, have-an-ass killer, right? So you are a basic regular killer with full movement speed, but you also have a medium range that you don't need a full charge on. And if no matter what, survivors are going to either give you your power or become one shot regardless. This killer is extremely powerful, and she's not that used that often. And just me as a Huntress main, I just love it because she immediately has not a full hatchet's range wind up, but a decently charged one. She can hit from a decent range. She can put survivors down. And infectious fright value for days, by the way, if you haven't noticed, peep that. Like, she's able at all times to notice where the survivors are, be able to put pressure. And even if you're not being able to get your power, because she has counterplay, like there is a way that survivors can completely take her out of their game, which is don't cleanse, right? Don't cleanse until you have 1 to 2 gens left, and then by that point you put so much pressure on the killer that, okay, cool, you have your power, but congrats, you now need to hit X amount of survivors X amount of times, because now everybody went from being one shot to the now regular, you got 1 gen left to defend. That's honestly the best way to contend with plague, but a good plague will literally spread the disease. Everywhere that that survivor goes now, he's going to get infected, and you can see it right then and there. He starts throwing up, it makes them slower in their movement speed, not by much, it really doesn't, by a whole lot. They don't there's not a specific percentage change that changes, but their animation makes it so that they can't slow down as they can't move as fast technically. Like it's kind of like being hurt, but you're running around. Now imagine when you're being hurt, you're already cut to your mobility, and now your character is regurgitating all over the field, and it also messes up being able to vault, being able to, when they're freshly hit by that. So you can't vault, you can't throw a pallet down, so you have like Doctor's capabilities, you have Clown's capabilities. I'm not messing with you, Ash. That's the strongest loop ever, and you refuse to throw that pallet, so to hell with you, dude. Um, but basically what I wanted to be able to do is, and what I love about this killer is that she takes the Survivor rulebook, the Survivor guidebook, and literally throws up on it and says, "Hold this" to the killer. She's so much more fun, and it's a lot. It's really kind of satisfying to watch survivors not being able to counter you correctly. Like she's one of the very few killers that almost no matter what you do, you're establishing that you control the match. A lot of killers, for instance, like Clown or Trapper, for instance, it's really, really hard to generate unless you're God tier, and that's no disrespect to anybody that mains them, but that's they're they're a little bit more difficult to spread constant value out of all of your perks. And if you've noticed, from the jump we have had gen slow down pressure this entire match. We've had somebody either broken, or we've had somebody hurt, or they've been full health, but we found them quickly and they've gotten sick again. So this killer, no matter what, if you play your perks right, and you play this killer the way that you should, you're always creating gen or always creating pressure no matter what. So even right now, when it looks like I'm doing nothing, I'm on my way to go see where if I can get that Steve down or where I can go from there. So they got the unhook. I know one's in the backside. There's the Ash right here. I don't really want to hit him, but let's see if he has borrowed time. Yeah, he's got borrowed time. He's already sick. He's on his way. He's broken. He can't heal. He can mend, obviously, for the borrowed time, but he can't really do much of anything right now other than, like, there's no way that this Ashley can do anything other than try to hide. And he's hiding in a locker right now, which is why you just hear him just straight throwing up. So I just spray again and make sure that if he does try to leave, he tries a window vault, cool, I get even more of a status effect on him. Now, yeah, he's broken. It's not really a whole big of a deal if I get more value on it or not, but it still is going to mess him up. And there's also, you have to take into the fact that you're playing against people. Not a lot of people can stomach the fact that you are literally throwing harmful and contagious bile on them. And hearing the it's not an attractive thing. I'm not going to lie to you, chat. But, so we got our power here. David just royally fucked up and he gave me my power right in front of me. It's just not smart. Now, this is the one thing that I like about her as opposed to Huntress, because Huntress can't hit that. Would not be able to hit that shot. So, here we go. That again. I might have probably wouldn't have been able to charge up a hatchet in time for that. If I did, I would have got really, really lucky. He would have had to go a way that wouldn't have gotten blocked by one of the object hitboxes. So again, it's everything that this killer can do is extremely impressive, and it puts a good, effective killer that knows how to play this game, you know, and has good season time with this game. It literally puts the match in that killer's hands. There's a way that you can misplay it, of course, absolutely, and a lot of people do because they try to play by the pools and they try to use her damage vomit, etc., etc., Whereas if you've seen here, you know, we mix and we match it, we try to use it, try to get value out of it. But this is, again, where I think this killer is weak. But what I just did there, I'm still infecting the area. So no matter what, I'm still getting value out of what I'm doing or where I'm going. And there's a dead hard to a slow vault, so we catch up. And we're going to end this match. So, my impressions on this killer is holy hell, why don't we see more of her? I don't think people realize exactly how strong that she is, and honestly, I'm kind of glad that she honestly stays as one of the killers that's least used. She's definitely working her way up to being one of my favorite killers to run. She's definitely a lot of fun. Um, so we're gonna be, you know, keep an eye out, guys. Let me know in the comments below. You know, if you like the video, give it a like. Make sure you subscribed. If you're not, hit that bell for the notifications, of course. But let me know if this is a series that you guys want to watch more of. If this is something that we should continue with. But either way, hey, we're mixing it up. It's not always just Ghostface or Huntress here at the Hatters Lounge. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you all next time here at the Hatters Lounge.